He's back. Yes, I lied. I truly lied and said I was gonna do videos more often, once a week. Sorry. Disclaimer. I'm fighting allergies. I'm fighting freaking tree and flower jizz that is breathing into my body and corrupting me. End scene. So I only do videos now when ish gets on my nerve or observations I've been seeing and things that make me say, So, cut the chase. I went away to Florida a few weeks ago and I experienced some things. Oh. Well, I'm sure it's not only taking place in Florida, and perhaps some of the same things might be said about New York City or other cities. But I went to Florida for Gay Pride, and in anticipation of that trip, you read comments on Facebook and you hear things and comments. Oh, I have such and such 2 months to get ready for Florida. Da 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 da. You know, guys are prepping, people are prepping to get their bodies ready for Florida, South Beach. And I understand, I truly understand what or how gay culture puts these things in our minds. This disruptive value system of what's idealized, body types, image, material things we ought to obtain to have a level of status. And I just want to say, stop. You're going to fuck shit up in your brain, in your life, and I'm going to talk about my own experiences, as I always do. I remember there was a time in my life where I had to get my body right before I was gonna go out to, like, say a club. Like, I would make sure that a couple hours before, I would hit the gym, so all the biceps would be like triceps would be like bam bam bam, and man boobies would be like percolating, just like rah. I did it less for fitness than more I did for attention, for having physique that's appealing. I did it for all those reasons. And I never said, oh, this is healthy, this is da 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 da. I did it because I wanted attention. Um, and there would be times when that I wasn't getting that level of it, it was just wasn't getting that level of attention, da, 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 and I wanted more. So like I would be the dude that was gonna take off first my t-shirt and then I have the white beater on. And then, well, one thing I did do and one thing that I did was I was always dancing. I was always getting sweaty and drenched. So then I would proceed to ultimately take off the shirt. Da, da, da. This may not be what's happening, but I do understand and see similarities that have happened or that still goes on in gay culture where we glorify, where we have these ideals on physical appearance, and then we project and we deconstruct others based on these set value systems. Oh, this person has this, that person has that, I have this, I have that, and because that person doesn't have this or that, that places oneself above the other. And I experienced this lately in listening attentively and seeing what's really happening. And what still happens and what I feel what will continue to happen until this whole mechanism of values really change and we start treating people as persons, as individuals, as valuable rather than having these superficial things which defines us. So I know this is a common thing that happens because when I was in Florida, I was making friends, you know, I would say these, yeah, they're younger guys, 20s, early 20s, the state where, one is starting to define himself, they're growing and learning, experiencing. And then there was this one kid who I would say is, a smart kid, clever, um, I would say warm and caring. But then there were these things that he would say about certain matters, like, oh, I'm not going to eat this until after gay pride. I'm going to pig out or I'm going to just really indulge after gay pride because the prime events of what's happening in South Florida is gay pride because I had to have a certain type of outfit or shirt, short, or wear this or wear that, you know. Um, and something that he said that really kind of annoyed me, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Was that people wear denim shorts. I like denim shorts. I would take like jeans that I like that I don't see that they made something relatively cool or that to my forte that's not in short form and take it to cleaners and have them cut it and have it da da da. So he had made a comment like, "Oh, if you wear denim shorts, we don't wear denim shorts on here. I'm not gonna hang out with you." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Motherfucker, please." So that was one thing that kind of uh I know he was, nigga better be joking. You better have been joking. But it's just stupid stuff like that where the cattiness of a whole spectrum of things kind of like starts shifting or making you look at others or other things in a certain perspective. Number one, since when did Miami become a fashion capital of anything? I didn't think so. Nah, I just no, I'm really not joking. So and I experienced that, and I went to this club, which is new. I think it's called House. Yeah, and the vibe there was totally different. Like I've been to several clubs in Florida all my life, different ones here and there and there. And there was such a pretentious nature of what was happening there. I just felt like going up to people and giving them a hug and saying, "Damn, look at your bicep, Michael." No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I'm saying, knock it off. Like, it just, everyone seems so like, and of course, you talk to people and they'll say, "Oh, no, my group of friends is not like this. My group of friends are like that." So I have one of my best friends that lives there. And if he's able to make that assessment, and if some of my friends and some other people who I know would say the same thing, oh, this club is like the people in here are so like, I guess some of them would say catty. I would say presumptuous, superficial, having this type of wannabe persona of self-expression of like how it was just not real. It was just like it was more of like a social gathering more than a place where people are having fun and enjoying themselves. It was just about who you with, who you know, who you out, what you're wearing, da da da, da, all that stupid bullshit, which fucks gay people's perception of self and others up. So when is that gonna stop? That was the one thing. The other thing that really annoyed me was I joined social media. Oh, sorry, gay social dating apps. Recently, 3 weeks ago when I went to Florida because number one, I'm like, oh, I will be promoting my organization as you read my profile, and making friends. I have no problem with hooking up. If I do it, that's my business. Girl. Anyway, so yesterday, 2 days ago, some dude hits me up, and we start making small talk. Da da da. It was actually Monday. Monday, yes. And then he didn't have a face picture. He had like his lips in his mouth, whatever. And I read his profile. It was very discreet. He had his age, ethnicity, weight, and he wrote something about himself. Oh, recent grad from law school, blah 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 blah. Mm. So as we were getting to know each other, and he sent me a first pic, I saw that he did not look like his height. He had stated he was 6 feet, and when I said you don't look 6 feet, he was like, "No, I'm not 6 feet. I'm 5'9". I was like, "Okay." He lied about that. I always pay attention. Getting to know each other a little more, small talk, nothing crazy big. I was asking him what country he's from because he said he was Middle Eastern. Hmm. Yeah. And then he said, I am half white and half Latin. That was a second lie. Because I looked at him and he had some strong features, which I recognized, and I said, he looks like he's a Mexican, like Mexican American, like probably mixed, but why not just say straight up what your freaking your nationality is? You know what I mean? He was like, oh, I'm half white and half Latin. So I said, hmm. After I said you look Mexican American, he was like that I was being obnoxious. And when I called him out on his lie, and I had called him out and said, I thought you said you were Middle Eastern. And when confronted him with that, I said, my ex did the same thing. My ex, who is half Puerto Rican, half Mexican, he lied about being Mexican. He said he was Brazilian and Puerto Rican. And shit like that gets me so pissed off because if we're placing a hierarchy of what's better or what you think is better, oof, how do I say this? Alright, I'm just gonna tell you what it is. No one has the right to place another race above themselves or, to have that perception saying, oh, this race is better than that one. Are you, like, you are so dumb for real. Like, why would you do that? Why would you think that one race is more supreme than another? Especially if it's your own damn race. Like, why do you build a hierarchy to think that this one is better than this one? I don't care what statistics or whatever has, who cares? We have to start looking at circumstances and people as individuals. Like if you're basing this what one group or what has been some of the actions of one group and cast judgment on the entire group, doesn't that go against every freaking thing that you try to establish and build for yourself? So I would say if he was a lawyer, bravo. You're in a small percentage of people who have paved the way to allow you to be, yes, a Mexican American who has gone to law school and now is successful. Nigga, wear your freaking banner. Represent for your country. Represent for your people. Like, that pissed me off that people are like placing what they deem is better. Like who does that bullshit? If the recognition doesn't start with you as you being valuable, how does that affect your nationality, your weight and shape, your capability, your gender orientation? Like who puts these things into place? And if they're there, why not be yourself, be the change, be the difference, and just like and promote positive core values saying, look, I am this, minority. I'm the smaller group, less privileged, that is accomplishing and building and making things and leading the way, building the path, instead of like having facades or pretentious profiles or behaviors which sets back people like you. We're going to start looking at like individuality as great aspects. Like if everybody's a freaking clone, it's just like how whack is that? That shit pissed me off. That shit really pissed me off. And people who think like that really gets me so irked. Because I remember I was at a club and I was getting to know someone, being introduced, say, da, 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 and I asked him where he's from, and he said, "Oh, where do you think I'm from?" And I was like, "Oh, you're South Florida, Miami, um, are you Haitian?" And him and the other dude they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that." Oh, I felt heat go through my body. Like, how dare you put down or just talk shit or just like minimize another person? And I told them, how dare you like say that? Like, who gives you the right to build a a spectrum of what's good and what's bad as far as nationality? Get the hell out of here. Just because you were born there, like everyone is born with the same ability and capabilities. Whatever systems of privilege are already in place, those things help promote, but we're all on that same plane. Everyone is, given the same opportunity, and I'm talking about healthy mental development, da 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 da, because I feel everyone is able to achieve. You're ready to work your ass off and study. You better work, bitch. So all these isms and schisms and shit that divides us as a people, as yeah, as a people, because I'm not gonna have intersectionality. I'm just gonna say as people. And if we're thinking and promoting and just like placing values on people because of how they look or what they have and all that superficial bullshit that you're not gonna learn with age but with experience. And remember, the more vocal or verbal you are about bullshit, I always say this about you. Noisy vessels makes the most noise. So you see this? Empty. Lots of noise. If there was substance in this, there's something else like blocking it. It'll make a lower impact, right? So once you have substance, that's it. You stand, you rock out, but it's always the empty vessels that make the most noise. I feel better. So be yourself. Truly start valuing, and loving yourself, and truly realize your individuality, your purpose, your worth, and nothing could ever define those things. So that's it. That's all I gotta say for 20 minutes. All right, breathe, let it go, and realize that it's our hearts, it's how we value and treat others, is what really truly counts in this world. Think about it. The world is all about relationships. So start truly loving yourself, loving others, and all that good stuff. Yeah, this wasn't really super happy, lovey dovey, da da da. This was more on some real soon. Alright. Mucho level, subscribe, and love you long time.